I can't even believe we're doing this.
I can't believe we're doing this.
This has been the craziest ride. Whew, this is wild. I hope you guys are sitting, get comfortable, because we have some news.
Big news.
Hey guys!
What's up?
Welcome back to the Toal Tribe channel. If you're new here, I'm Laurient.
And I'm Mike.
And we're happy that you're here because today we have some pretty exciting news.
Yeah, I would say.
So if you're new, chances are you might not know our story, so I'll catch you up to speed just really quickly. After several years of trying to conceive, Mike and I were diagnosed with unexplained infertility, which led us down this path of figuring out how we were going to grow our family. We were presented with the option to undergo infertility treatments, but for some reason, I just never felt like it was right or the timing of it wasn't right, and we decided to put that on pause. And while we were waiting for something to feel right or for something to change within us, adoption was really heavily put on my heart, and I communicated that with Mike, and it took us some time to get on the same page and doing a lot of research about the different kinds of adoptions and what we would be open to, and we finally came across domestic infant adoption. After doing all of the research, it's just what felt like the best path for us and the way that we wanted to build out our family. So we started walking down the path of domestic infant adoption, and it has been the craziest ride since the beginning.
Been pretty wild.
So after doing all of the paperwork and undergoing the home study interview and home walkthrough, our home study was approved and our profile was live by end of May, early June. 3 weeks after our profile went live, we received our very first match.
We were on vacation at that point.
Yeah, that's right. We actually were. We were in the Outer Banks, North Carolina with our family. It was kind of
shopping.
Yeah, it was really an amazing way to find out. I'll leave the video up top for you guys to check out if you haven't seen it, but it kind of walks through the whole story of like what was going on when we were matched and kind of just walking through that story. That baby was due in October, and we walked through a good portion of that expectant mother's pregnancy with her. However, about 6 days before the baby was born, she decided that she was going to try to parent, and we ended up losing that match. And so we had a failed match, and we went back to being a waiting family. Then about 3 weeks after that, we got another call that an expectant mother who was expecting twins had selected us, and we were going to dive right into that situation.
Yeah.
The twins were only going to be due like 3 to 4 weeks from the time we found out about the match, so we didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare for them. They were going to be born out of state, so we traveled to the state for the delivery. We were there for the delivery in the first few days of their lives. We even left the hospital with them. But before the paperwork could be signed, their biological mother decided that she was going to parent, and so this time we ended up with a disrupted placement. That happened back in December, and that was really difficult. I will leave that video up top explaining kind of what happened and what we went through. It was really just a few weeks ago, I guess about a month ago really at this point. And it's funny, in the moment, a lot of the feelings that we felt like they were never gonna go away. We kind of felt like we were just always gonna be that brokenhearted. But we did a lot of soul searching, a lot of healing, a lot of spending time with each other and really connecting with each other, which I think in turn helped heal us and helped strengthen our marriage.
Definitely.
We had a lot of people in our corner. We have a lot of family and friends that are just praying for us and wishing us well and the best. And our agency is fantastic to work with, and they've just been a really great support system for us as well. And with all of those people rallying behind us, we were able to keep our faith and stay positive and keep moving forward. So after everything that had happened, we weren't sure what the next step was for us, whether we were going to continue down the path of adoption or go back to the fertility clinic and try to get a new diagnosis, something other than unexplained infertility. We even made an appointment with a new fertility specialist for mid-February to start that process. And this was all really hard for me because I felt like my compass was off. Like I couldn't trust my intuition. Like I really thought that adoption was the path for us. And we had had so many hardships on this road, and I just felt like there must be a reason we're getting blocked every time, right? Maybe this isn't the path for us, but I really thought that it was. So one night while Mike was sleeping, I just, I said a little prayer, and I was just like, listen, you know, if this is where we're supposed to be, if we're on the right path to building our family, like, please give me a sign, let me know, because it's hard for me to keep the faith at this point. Anyway, Toal Tribe fam, our exciting news is that we are matched again.
We are matched.
Again.
Again.
3rd time is a charm.
charm.
Here's hoping, right?
That's right.
Just when we thought it was time to give up and try something new, we got the sign that I had asked for.
The answer to your prayers.
Quite literally, actually.
Yeah.
So we got the call on New Year's Eve. We were actually both home at the time, which was weird because it was pretty early in the evening, but I had worked from home that day and you just got home from work early for the holiday, and we were having friends over that evening. So we were about to, you know, get up and get going to get the house ready. So as we were sitting on the couch, putting together a game plan for the evening, my phone rang and it was our agency. They were calling to break the news that we had been selected by a new expectant family. We got some minimal details over the phone. Like, we didn't get a ton of information. It was still very new. Basically, they were like, this is really soon after the disrupted placement. Think about the situation, decide if it's something that you're interested in. You might need more time to process what happened, and maybe this isn't a good time for a new match, but we'll touch base with you later in the week. For now, just enjoy the holiday. Mike and I kind of agreed that we wouldn't talk about it that night. We were just gonna enjoy the evening and we would touch base with each other on it, you know, later. So the next evening, you and I were watching TV in the living room. We're just kind of vegging out. I think we were watching Homicide Hunter, which is like one of our faves.
Joe Kenda.
Yes, Joe Kenda is the man. And yeah, we were just chilling. We hadn't talked about anything yet. And you turned to me and what did you say?
So how about that baby?
Not what you said.
That is not what
It's not what you said.
Right.
Tell the truth.
I said, let's do it.
You said, I think we should do this.
I said, I think we should do this.
Yeah, you said, I think we should do this. And I was just like, what are you talking, like, we didn't even discuss this. And you were like, I think we should do it. So if I was speaking with my heart, I knew exactly what I wanted to say. I didn't even need to think about it, right? I wanted to say yes and just dive right into it the way we had done with all the other situations. But unfortunately, my head was screaming, are you crazy? Do you remember what happened last time? And all of a sudden I was just filled with all of this like fear. I was actually very surprised that you were so willing to go forward, because I thought that you were gonna be a lot more hesitant. And you were like, you're still scared, but.
I am. I think, well, when she called the first New Year's Eve, I was thinking about it then. I haven't spoke to you about it, but it was probably the only thing on my mind. So
yeah,
I pretty much knew my answer the next morning.
I hadn't really thought about it.
Right.
I was so focused on like entertaining and being a good hostess that I genuinely didn't think about it. And then the next morning I was cleaning up and I still hadn't thought about it. And I was like, well, I guess eventually we'll sit down and think about it. I didn't know that it had been so heavily on your mind.
Oh yeah, that whole night and then the next morning. And I don't even think I slept properly either.
Yeah, but yeah, I didn't know. And so, well, I think we can even present time say that we're still obviously scared.
Yeah.
I think that I had like a breakthrough moment a couple days after we got the call where I was still going back and forth and I was like, I don't know, I know I want to say yes, but I'm literally just so scared to take the next step.
Yeah.
And I remembered one of my favorite quotes, and that is, it's actually a Babe Ruth quote, and it's, don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game.
Yeah.
And I remembered it, and like it just like really resonated with me, like for this situation in particular. I was letting the fear of everything else that had happened to us dictate the moves that I was going to make in the future.
Yeah.
And I realized that like that's something I've always tried to never do. And at this point in my life, I shouldn't start letting fear rule the way I make decisions now. Yeah. So I really had to step back and say like, yeah, that could happen to us again. Like we could end up in a situation where we're heartbroken and we're out even more money and we don't know what we're gonna do. But I would rather do that and move forward in faith and in love than not move forward and never know what could have happened because of fear.
Yeah.
time has passed since that initial phone call. We've gotten more details. We've even gotten to speak to the expectant mother. And while obviously we still have, you know, fear rooted within us just because of what happened,
right,
we feel comfortable enough to move forward in faith and just see what's going to happen. So I know you and I had a lot of discussions about whether we were going to share or not, and if we did, how we were going to share.
Yeah.
It was something I think we both went back and forth with a lot.
Right. Initially, I didn't want to share at all.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to wait until everything was said and done.
Yeah.
So we don't have to make another video saying that it failed.
I think we still would though, because it's part of the journey.
Most likely we probably would have.
Yeah, you didn't even want
We were hoping that we wouldn't have to make a video
right.
like that, right?
And yeah, but you didn't even want to tell family.
No, I didn't want to tell my
like
mom.
you wanted to
right?
keep it you wanted to keep it so on the down
Right.
low.
But I think we came to terms and just decided to open up about it because we wanted to be excited.
Yeah.
We didn't want the first experience that we had destroy
The first two experiences that we had.
Yeah, we didn't want to destroy the main thing of all of this,
which is adding to our family.
right, and
you
having
know?
that excitement and that just living in the moment and being happy.
Yeah. You know, we share the downs with you guys because that's part of the journey. But we also want to share the ups, the good parts. And
Right.
for our family, this is a good part. I mean, this is what we hoped for. We hoped that we could stay on this path, and we hoped that there would be another match and a baby. And, you know, we're at a good place currently in our adoption journey. And while I hope that this has a positive ending for our family, obviously we have no idea what the future is going to bring. But Mike said it so perfectly. We didn't want to let the disappointment from the first two matches dull the excitement of this match. We didn't
Right.
want to keep this a secret, and while we are proceeding to be cautiously optimistic because we have to protect ourselves a little bit in this, we still want to be excited because this is exciting. And could you imagine if you were a baby about to be welcomed into a family and everybody was just like,
Yeah, like
we'll
not
believe
excited.
it when we see it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, could you imagine?
It just ruins.
It ruins it for us. And like,
Right.
this is potentially us bringing our baby home. And so we want to be excited and we want to share that excitement with you. And we need all of the prayers and well wishes and positivity that y'all can send to us.
Yes.
We really need it. And so we ask you to pray for the expectant family and to pray for this baby and to pray for us.
Yeah.
And keep us all in your hearts and thoughts.
So, shall we share the gender of the baby?
I don't know. Do you guys want to know?
Do you?
Do you?
Do you? I think they do.
I think
I'm
so.
pretty sure I saw that. And that looked like you guys really want to see.
All right. Well,
All right.
we'll share it just because we love you guys
Right.
and you're the best.
Definitely.
All right.
Now, before we do this, I personally would like to see guesses in the comment box.
Yeah, that's fun.
Right?
Leave your guesses down below.
All right.
All right, are you ready? We're gonna pull these strings, and the gender of possible future baby Toal
Here goes
will be
nothing.
revealed. All right, ready?
Here goes nothing.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh my god.
It's
It's a boy.
Who's gonna clean up all this confetti?
Not me. Bro.
We are so excited, guys. I don't know what it is, but I just feel destined
Yeah.
to be a boy mama. We hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with us today, hearing our big news and finding out the gender of possible future baby Toal. If you did, please leave us a thumbs up. It really helps out our channel. You can leave us any questions or comments you have for us down below. We would love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos from us in the future.
Yeah.
It's been exciting, guys. It's going to continue to be exciting. We promised a journey and we are giving it to you.
Yes.
We will see you guys in our next video. Bye.
See ya.
Ready? Go.